little boy. Hot southern sun knows its place on his skin. He grows with confidence, but caution. His mother gone and his father is of little importance to him. He grows to fight. He leaves his wife behind and finds even more of a spouse, the man who fights by his side, and that man will love him more than his father ever did. And when the war is not quite won yet, he starts trying to win. He frees slaves and leads them into battle over a plain and across roads and into a skirmish, and bang! 28 years old and gone. A little boy went to a boarding school only to distract himself with lines of code and find a friend who did the very same. Then they left for a simple summer break, and that friend never came back. He grew and grew into a genius, a man who would build a machine that would save the world from downfall. This man cracked the code of Adolf Hitler, but was then drugged, locked, isolated, bang! 49 years old and gone. A little boy, born the wrong color, the color that was feared, hated, and despised, the color that normal people beat and tortured and condemned, the color that gathered in masses on the streets only to become martyrs for the longest time. But that little boy grew and grew into a dreamer, a speaker, a good deed doer, and storyteller. He had a dream. He spoke to the masses and riled them, inspired them, helped them rise up, and bang! Nothing more than a dreamer, and gone. John Lawrence, Alan Turing, Martin Luther King, all gone because they were different. An open letter to the lovely father of one John Lawrence. Dear sir, great job boosting your son's confidence. Verbal abuse and anger at the fact that he showed no interest in women was apparently your strategy when running your son's life. It worked. Henry Lawrence, president of the Continental Congress. Wow! And you receive word that your son has been killed by what is suspected to be suicide? And you're so busy that you say, if you can't get him to me in 2 weeks, just throw him in the burning pile. Then when his remains do come, you have the gall to bury your son, an abolitionist, in a grave on your slave plantation. Let me ask, was it in his honor or your own? Dear Mr. Henry Lawrence, Mr. Hey you, get off of my perfectly manicured South Carolina lawn. I bet you were sanctimonious enough to think I wrote this poem for you. Roses are red, violets are blue. Your son has just fallen. Think you could fall too? An open letter to the law of the United Kingdom in World War II. Dear Misters and Misses, we were all against Germany. I think we can collectively agree on that. But it seems that even in your mighty glory, you didn't disagree with all of Hitler's ideals, not with Jews or anything, but with homosexuals, because it's acceptable to drug someone who loves another of the same sex, trying to fix them until they are driven to the point of suicide. You have a man, a genius, Alan Turing, the man who invented the Enigma machine, who cracked the Nazi code. He was indispensable, brilliant, astonishing, incredible, gay. What? And just like that, he's not a good person anymore. No, he must be fixed. Because drugs are always the answer when in the midst of a homosexual. Too bad he put a bullet in his head before you could finish intoxicating him. An open letter to one James Earl Ray. Dear sir, April 4th, 1969. You and your Remington must have been so proud. I wonder, Mr. Ray, what does it feel like to do away with an innocent man? Do you get some strange sense of satisfaction with killing or... Well, no, you don't even have that going in your defense. No, because you killed a black man. A dreamer, a man so kind he was like an angel on earth, but you in your pride couldn't lie comfortably at night knowing that there was a black man out there with a brave front and a clear future. You in your pride went and shot this man down. You in your pride were probably sick enough to think that you were doing something good. You in your pride were thrown in court, and what did you have to say for yourself? You in your pride just killed a man because his skin was not the same color as yours. What kind of an excuse is that? Happy birthday, by the way. Heard you were convicted on your 41st. We refrain from sending our best wishes because at this point, I don't think you've quite earned them yet. But never mind you. This isn't who this is for. This is for them. The children misused by their own parents. The man who is turned on by the law that he trusted. The one who is shot down because of someone's discontent. This is for the fighters, the soldiers, the builders, and the thinkers, the lovers, the brothers and sisters and parents. This is for the masterpieces, martyrs, criers, laughers, the victims. This is for the ones who say, that's pretty gay, in hopes that you learn because, yeah, it was. That was my intention. This is for the dreamers, because I'm asking you to rise. Take the reins of the danger that hunts you and drive it. Drive it into the ground and walk over it. Keep your hand on the pistol at your side, not out of fear, but out of confidence, because even you have a golden-haired angel watching over you, even if you don't quite know what that means yet, because you are loved. and you can make an impact. Alan Turing, the genius, even though he was gay, made an impact. Martin Luther King, the dreamer, even though he was black, made an impact. Even our friend John Lawrence, a gay abolitionist from South Carolina in the 1700s, made an impact. Hell, Johnny was so impactful, he turned Alexander Hamilton gay, just for him. And whether it be just for you, just for her, just for them, just for him, just for me, we can make an impact. And there doesn't have to be death or war or guns or blood to make an impact. So for once, let silence fill the space where the bang of a gun could be and make a bigger impact.